So let's try that. First chant it and then speak it.
Ah, the birch canoe slid on the smooth plank.
Great.
Ah, the birch canoe slid on a smooth plank.
Good. Good. Let's try that one more time, just the speaking part. And start with ha.
Ah, the birch canoe slid on a smooth plank.
Good. Now you heard that there was little ups and downs in there, and it sounded fairly natural, but it didn't sound very energetic. Now let's try to do the same thing. We're going to add a little bit more inflection. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to pick a word in the sentence to emphasize and go up on it so that you can kind of hear what I'm saying. So we're just going to go down the line of words in this sentence. So the first time I'm going to emphasize the word birch with pitch. So instead of saying, ha, the birch canoe slid on the smooth planks, I'm going to say, the birch canoe slid on the smooth planks, because I'm emphasizing with pitch. The birch canoe slid on the smooth planks. So try it both ways.
Ah, the birch canoe slid on a smooth plank.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, the birch canoe slid on a smooth plank.
That was nice, but let's go up on birch. So think about, ha, the birch canoe slid on the smooth planks.
Ah, the birch canoe slid on a smooth plank.
Great. Did you hear the difference? Try that again. This is pretty silly, so you may start laughing when you're working with friends or even by yourself, but just try to push through that. See, now she's cracking herself up. This is tough. So let me talk a little bit more. Let me do a few more while you're sitting here. So now that we've emphasized the word birch, we're just going to go down the road. This time we're going to do canoe. So we're going to say, instead of ha, the birch canoe slid on the smooth planks, I'm going to say, the birch canoe slid on the smooth planks. The birch canoe slid on the smooth planks.
Ah.
Yeah, try that again. Try nice and full, big deep breath. Ah. And yeah, you don't want that quaveriness, which is part of it's her laughing. So that's just going to happen. But you just got to get ha. The birch canoe slid on the smooth planks. The birch canoe slid on the smooth planks.
Ah. The birch canoe slid on. Ah, the birch canoe slid on a smooth plank.
Okay. What happened there is something that's very common, where she went up on canoe, and when she came back down, she didn't keep the breathiness going. So she went up almost into her falsetto for canoe, which is great. But then when she came back down, you didn't keep the breathiness going. So you went, the birch canoe slid on the smooth plank, and it got a little pinched. You weren't using that breath the way you were before you said the word canoe. So let's try that again.
Ah, the birch canoe slid on a smooth plank.
And really think about on slid, getting back to slid. Ha,
ah, the birch canoe slid on a smooth plank.
Much better. Did you hear how much smoother and softer that sounded? It's the difference between plank and plank. Plank, plank. Like just that little bit of breath is going to make your voice sound much more feminine and much more soft. And it's just a very easy cheat. Just adding a little more breath in almost any occasion is just going to soften up your voice. It makes me sound much more reassuring when I talk like this, right?
Right.
You can do it. Believe and achieve. Where if I said, you can do it, believe and achieve. You see how that just sounds harsher because there's not as much breath behind it and it's up in my head. So, if you'd like to benefit from a consultation, I'm available to do consultations one-on-one, and I can do those by phone, by video conferencing, whatever's easiest for you. And as I said earlier, we also have a bunch of free resources for people for voice at genderlife.com/voice tutor. You can find a keyboard, a bunch of Harvard sentences that let you practice, and links to a spectrogram, a download of our free voice workbooks that you can practice on your voice. And as well, there's links to Finding Your Female Voice, which is now available online, or you can purchase it as a DVD. All of those things are available to help you if you want to on your voice. I hope this has been helpful and inspirational, and that seeing somebody who's working on theirs has been useful. And if you have any questions, send us a note, put a comment, whatever you want to do. And I say let's get back to it. Let's get a little more practice in, but we'll let these guys go for now. So bye.